The operational engine behind microlending platforms relies heavily on unpaid community forces, specifically looking at organizations like Kiva, where scaling global impact is tied directly to distributed human capital. Understanding the structural footprint of these platforms requires exploring the intersection of permanent staff and the massive mobilization of everyday people contributing time remotely. Kiva relies on a dedicated community of over 400 to 500 active volunteers spread across the globe. These individuals form the backbone of administrative, editorial, and linguistic tasks that keep a crowdfunding platform operating smoothly across more than 80 countries. Without this distributed workforce, processing thousands of complex loan applications each month would stretch the core organizational budget past sustainable limits. The primary concentration of these volunteers operates within Kiva's specialized review and translation program, often abbreviated as the RTP. At any given time, roughly 400+ active participants coordinate across different time zones, languages, and continents to edit, translate, and verify borrower profiles before they ever go live on the public website. Every month, this specific network handles thousands of individual loan descriptions originating from diverse field partners, ensuring that text conforms to structural policies, grammar rules, and clarity standards. Operating remotely from cities ranging from Seoul and Tel Aviv to New York City and Brussels, these volunteers utilize digital collaboration tools to process a staggering volume of text. In peak operational cycles, the community reviews upwards of 16,000 to 17,000 unique loan profiles monthly. This volume translates directly into hundreds of millions of dollars in successfully funded microloans annually, illustrating how remote digital volunteering creates massive financial inclusion leverage for unbanked populations globally. Beyond the core translation and review teams, Kiva engages volunteers across various other capacities, including strategic development, marketing assistance, translation subcommittees, and regional community support. These contributors work alongside a relatively modest core staff of roughly 100 to 170 paid full-time employees stationed in global hubs like San Francisco, Nairobi, and Bangkok. This ratio highlights an operational model heavily dependent on decentralized volunteer power to maintain low overhead costs, ensuring that the vast majority of user funds and donations flow straight to the intended borrowers rather than administrative bloat. The geographic diversity of the volunteer base matches the international scope of the borrowers themselves. Volunteers often join out of a personal desire to participate in international development and financial equity without needing to relocate or make monetary donations. By offering specialized skills such as fluency in French, Spanish, Portuguese, or English grammar precision, these individuals bridge the gap between local entrepreneurs seeking small business capital and lenders scattered across wealthy nations. Maintaining a community of hundreds of independent remote workers requires sophisticated management systems. A small internal team coordinates training modules, workflow management platforms, and quality assurance metrics to keep the volunteer core aligned with institutional goals. Through structured mentorship, veteran volunteers often step into leadership roles to guide newer cohorts, creating a self-sustaining ecosystem that preserves institutional knowledge despite natural turnover rates. The cumulative output of these hundreds of volunteers fundamentally alters the trajectory of global microfinance. By transforming raw, multilingual field notes into polished, compelling narratives optimized for digital crowdfunding, the volunteer network ensures that borrowers receive visibility and trust from potential lenders. Ultimately, the scale of Kiva proves that modern philanthropic infrastructure can thrive through distributed digital participation, driven by hundreds of unseen contributors dedicating small fragments of their time to a shared global mission.